Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Swemp Electronics Football Alliance. And this, interestingly enough, is Division 2, first of all. We have two cup matches from this giant list of cup games, as you can see, going down your screens. You really couldn't hope for a better first round full of games. There's Badgers, away to Forward, who have one of my Champ Manager 3 favourite players, and Gondor away to Enebyberg. So it's going to be superb. And we are joined today by a debutant in co-commentary, and it is Ross Swallow of Dalgety Rangers fame. Good evening, Ross.
Good evening. Good evening. How are you all doing?
Oh, yes, ready for a grand old set of 9 matches. And, of course, for your debut here, Tato and Wolfie are already in there. Wolfie doesn't mind the quietness. That's okay. Well, Wolfie, I'll just whisper the games for you if you want, or you can turn it down. And Tato, yes, he's happy to see Wolfie back, because there was a time when Wolfie wasn't around. It wasn't as fun. It wasn't as fun. We're glad we've got Wolfie back. So let's get into these. And obviously, when we have a quick look at the teams, bear in mind Rossi's are cup formations and things, so there may be a bit of difference in there. Gondor, for putting it into their Gondor last game, they beat CSCP Boston, a lot of locomotive Boston fame from Super League, 1-0, top of the table, so a great result there. Today, they go into there with one lineup change, that Vokalos is in for Bango, but otherwise same personnel and an exciting formation.
Yeah, it is. I always struggle without the fullback, so it's always interesting. I think with just the three centre halves, it's definitely forward thinking. But ultimately against this sort of opposition, they could genuinely have 5 strikers and not really need to worry too much about it.
It's funny you should say that, because we're leading to something a bit later on that might entertain you a little bit there. Great to see that they might have won, even though they look like they're going for a bit of a barren run there with those two guys. But Big Noopy is in the chat. Good evening, Andrew. Hope you are well. We'll have a little look at the opposition for them of Enemyberg. Oh, lovely purple kit there as well. Really nice to see. Have they got any players with great names or anything? Saul's brother there, Marcus Campbell, and Jens Ferdinand. Going to enjoy players such as those. But yes, generally this is a team full of fake players. Are you going for a big result?
I think you're looking at least a 4-0 win, depending obviously on the opposition goalkeeper. With these sort of unknown keepers, they're either terrible or have the game of their lives. But I'm going a 4-0 win.
4-0 Gondor. Just a quick one for Tato. Missed the intros. Who is on commentary? It is Ross Swallow from Dalgety Rangers. So it's a debut today, and one to remember with some lovely cup games and your formation that's coming up, Tato, as well. Chris Thacker's in as well. Hope you are imagining a great result for your team tonight. We shall crack on with these. And Savage is in. Good evening, Savage. Some big games coming up for Savage, hopefully in the African nations as well. Well, it started well, hasn't it? They've been under threat as it is. Aragon puts one over. Wolfie also goes 4-0 to Gondor. At the moment, halfway through the first half, they don't even look like they're interested. And Fusini manages to put a shot in, but it is off target. Tato says it's quality and great to hear a different voice. I mean, sometimes I do different voices as well, but that terrible Graham Symington voice, the Graham Kelly impression, sick of mine. Of course you are. I've done probably nearly 100 of these now. Everyone will be sick of it. And it's Diop scoring the opening goal. There he is. My favourite player in this team has scored yet again. Great to see that. Half time. There he is now. He's got 8 goals in his 15 games. And he's still, his stamina's flying up now. It's reached 14 from 12, so early on. Comfortable?
Yeah, they're threatened without sort of taking their chances by the looks of it so far.
Yeah.
Keepers obviously having although the opposition a couple of chances, but yeah, I expect more goals in the second half here from Gondor.
Not 1-7 amongst them. You're either good or you're bad.
Yeah.
Very interesting to see that one. We've got 60 minutes with these players here, but Gardner, Diop, he's not injured. He's just his usual tired self. I think Gardner will be a candidate at 60 minutes to being replaced. So we're into this second half, and again, Enebyberg coming forward again. Probably terribly pronounced as well, because I think it's more of a Brich or something at the end rather than a Berg in Swedish. But I'll just stick to more anglicised pronunciation there. Again, Aragon has scored. He's made it 2-0. He's killed the game off, which is great to see for Gondor. Chance for some subs here. Gardner is definitely got to be withdrawn, and it makes sense. I mean, when do they play next in these competitions? They play 6 days, so it's probably worth leaving one player on, and Diop could be the one that's left on. We'll bring on Kenny Lunt, because he's only played one sub appearance this season. He was superb for Fortuna last season, and Aragon will be withdrawn for Kernioan in a double change, and see how they can get on for this last half hour. Do you still see 4?
Yeah,
you've got 3 already.
We still get a late rush here, but
Diop it is with the second goal of the game. Definitely worth keeping him on. He can play well even if he's tired. Fusini's missed a glorious chance, and it's a red card for Jens Ferdinand, just making it even worse for Enebyberg. And with a few minutes left, there it is. Kernioan off the bench, scoring to make it 4. Comfortable. A bit of Dumbarton action.
nearly 5.
It was almost, and a great look at that. If you can predict the scores all night, then make sure you predict your own side for a win. Half the shots on target. Very straightforward result there, and still see 4, says Wolfie, and obviously since then it has happened, so wonderful. They are through. And we go to Badgers, whose last game they were beaten 4-2 by, that's Steve Wright winning a game there, just to let you know. And I know that, just in case you haven't seen this one, one of their most recent results for Divisionale was a 7-2 defeat to my own Dynamo Mega Horse team. So just to just in case no one's seen it recently, it's been on every show recently. The team for Badgers tonight is this. The look on your face.
Yeah, speechless, to be honest with you. That's.
I saw your face.
I take the tactics of play the ball through the middle on this one.
I would assume so. Long ball for Mekiog.
It's we'll see. I don't think certainly opposition won't be expecting it, as I certainly wasn't. But no, it'd be interesting. We'll see. I know it's against a non-league side, but even that, there could be a wee bit of a problem here.
Look at this Tato. Yes, here we go. Chris Thacker, Steve Wright won a game. And what is that from David? It is very close to the Otis O from last season. It is true from Savage there. Close to the Otis O.
I think it's a manager maybe not taking the competition too seriously.
And it's good to see that, to be honest. It's a cup that goes nowhere. Forward, he's played this against Steve's side in testing and beaten 1-4-1. Matthias Pettersson-Pole. I mean, I'm interested in why there are spaces between the hyphens there. That just doesn't happen. He's got, one of his best attributes is his reflexes, and he's a centre-back. He's not a goalkeeper. Technique of 1, he's dire. And my favourite player in this team, Herish Kui. He's not great on 0102, but he was very, very good on CM3. So that's how I know this team. Predictions?
There'll be goals in this one, but I still think the Badgers by a couple. They've got one of my favourite forwards in the game, ZZ Roberts, so he hopefully bang in a few. But I reckon the Badgers by at least 2.
And you're a big ZZ fan, fantastic. Fifey, please ask me the question indeed. It says, can I ask you a Super League question? Yes, you can. I am here, and I'll respond ASAP. And Tato has realised, he's probably put that before I actually answer the question, of course. Otherwise, it'd be a bit silly. Anyway, they're up the way. 5-1 says Tato, 3-0 says Wolfie, but they're all backing the Badgers to get it, and Big Noobie say 2-2. He's not backing them at all. Um, yeah, this is an interesting one. Chris going for 2-1, but they are in the lead through Kevin Kyle, which is, he has got his goal. And he's scored again. Yes, Kevin scoring yet again. This could be a hat trick within half an hour. It's very comfortable. You asked me about squad numbers. If you want to pick a couple, let me know. Yes, I will do. Do you have a deadline, Fifey, for that one? Does it need to be in the next few minutes? Because I can try and do it while I'm playing this, or if it's straight after Swemp, I can do it then. Whichever works best for you, I'll try and do that. It's a 3-0 half-time lead for Kevin Kyle. Kevin Kyle forward nil. Forward have done nothing. They have not gone forward, and it is comfortable. Tato, any half-time subs? You could use this going forward. Yeah, you could do this going against forward, and you are. What would you do, Ross, in this situation?
It depends on what he's got opposition coming up if he wants to rest players, but I would keep going as it is. I think he's obviously baffled forward who I don't think we even haven't had a touch of the ball because they're still thinking, trying to mark men in the middle of the park, and they're seeing Sebastian running past them, and so they completely baffled the opposition, which is the only explanation for Kevin Kyle scoring 3 goals in a game.
Well, it's time, but we'll leave you to last. Give chance to multitask. Alright, thank you, Fifey. Yeah, I think that this could be even better. He says play on player, but 60 minutes. We'll look at Campos off for Chilavert and Zizi off for Harasimovic. So we'll do that. Yeah. So let's see this. It's Kyle again. He's comfortable. Kevin Kyle with 4. And I do so much clock watching between those times. But it's really hard sometimes to actually watch what's going on between 55 and 60 minutes in case I miss something. But I did not miss that goal there. Campos off for Chilavert, Harasimovic on for Roberts. And it is comfortable. They're doing fine. They will close out this game. Will Kyle get a 5th? 5-3 to forward. Bit late for that now, big kid, but good evening. Good evening. Hope you are well. I know you haven't been feeling so good. So I will try and balance things by talking to Fifey at exactly the same time. Doing this. Fifey, I will send it through WhatsApp to you. It's a penalty turned down for what they're called, the other team forward, and it's comfortable. 4-0, lovely stuff. It's a win. Happy with that?
Nice and easy.
4 shots on target. He's the only player to hit the target. The goalkeeper has not made a save. He's got a 3. Lovely.
And the man with 10 reflexes and at centre half managed to get 8 somehow.
Yeah, he's done superbly well. So if you want a good defender, reflexes. That's the way to do it. Superb. Right, I'm immediately going to save this. What I'll do with Division 2 is I will get onto the cup games later on. And sorry, not onto the cup games, onto the save, speed it through, and we go on to the next games. So you might see the game flash off and back on again for a minute, but that's just me loading up the Division 1. Hopefully it won't go wrong. If it does, I will just have to come back on in a little while. Sometimes it goes to a white screen rather than loading, but we're all good. Yep, we're good. So, Division 1. Let's have a look at what's happening here. Alex Manning has returned to training. Way, that's the news you all wanted. Poor Jonas. So, this team at the top of the league, what do you make of them?
Yeah, they've done all right. We had a good start, and then the usual CM collapse at home to your nearest challengers. So, no, I'm surprised because it's quite a competitive league actually, and
very much so in
general. Pretty bad. Trumpton were the bane of my life last season as well, so it was no surprise that I capitulated to them. And given that we bottled it last season, the last 2 games of last season as well, at least we're getting the bottle job done mid-season now. Hopefully we'll see it out. But no, good. Been surprised by Nicky and Van Nistelrooy, that Van Nistelrooy has just become a machine in this save rather than last season. So doing okay, conceding a lot of goals, but scoring a lot of goals. So Fingers crossed for another good result today.
A good result may come up for you. You are playing against Imaginary Madrid, and Chris, who I've already said should be imagining a victory for his team, is up against it, isn't he? It's your team, certainly. Other matches, we've got Allenson versus OABs. OABs, we'll get to those a bit later on when we discuss things here. Falaraki versus Real E. Loco Calaveras Trumpton. North Trafford Wolfies team versus Steel Hawks. Roundhay versus Arsenal's Ajax. And Tyneside versus Team GB. Some news there of Alex Aguinaga returning to training. We go to the Oz last, of course. We'll start off with that game, that OAB's match. Big Noopy's here, so let's put it on. Just news basically that no team was selected this week, so and it's been a few times more than expected. It's gone to random, so it's gone 4-4-2. It's been randomised by players who can play in those positions, and that's what we've been left with for the first team today. It's been totally randomised, and Romario's at 67%. Expect him to come off injured, basically, is one way to look on it. So we move immediately through on to Allenson and Big Noopy's side. He's gone for this today.
I like that formation. It's making use of the defensive midfielders, lots of running. Yakubu up front, Del Piero playing his best position. No, it'd be one that difficult to play against as well. So no, I quite like that one. It's one of those that you'll either win 5-0 or get beat 7-0. It's a good one. There's plenty of quality in there. And no, and even if the other team hadn't had a random one, I'd still fancy Allenson in this one.
Yes, I think that Allenson are getting better, aren't they, all the way through this. And just while I go to the game, I'm just messaging some numbers over to Fifey at the time. I've sent some. I'm just keeping going. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I haven't made a list. It's off the top of my head. Who am I thinking about? There's lots of things here. Nesta to be captain. Predictions for this one then with the referee. Let's hope they don't start chanting his name too much for this game. Your predictions are you are going for an Allenson win?
I'm going for a home win, 2-1 to Allenson. Let's just say I think they're on a bit of form, good, and particularly with the fitness worries in the way these. No, a home win, 2-1.
Lovely stuff. And just I'll send that one there, which will be that one, and let's kick off. I won't get distracted. It's been asked to do some jobs, but it's absolutely the right time to do it, so I will. 7-0 says Big Noopy, 4-1 from Wolfie, 3-1 from Chris, 3-1 for Big Kid, and David 1-0. They're all back in Allenson as well, and at this stage of how it's going, Larson has scored the opening goal. Jakob Larson, probably wouldn't expect him to get the first goal. It looks like he's playing up front, but he's playing in defence. It's comfortable. They're doing a good job. Romario is still on the pitch. When will he go? That's the question.
I don't think Romario ever had any more than 67% fitness in most of his career anyway. So.
And Alex Aguinaga has gone. Aguinaga goes off as an injury. What will be to do now? Will we see? Who would you be ringing on here? I know in my mind who it would be.
I would probably be looking at Jacob Burns.
Just with yes.
The arrow point. That would be probably my one. But the other option would be to bring Yakubu on. I know he's a defensive midfielder, but he is really, really good going forward. I always found that in the game as well. So that would be my other thought with that one. But
plenty
of options. Completely contradicted, and he's going with Contikio.
Contikio is the one who I would go for. It's because when I've seen him, he's got 6 for stamina, so he's terrible with that. But he has had some very good games in amongst the games where he comes off injured and things. So he's the one I would have picked. But I do see a logic in what you said about the other two players, absolutely. And Smirtine could have moved forward and let Yakubu in defensive mid as well. So lots of options and lots more chance to get something from this. It's just all right as it is, isn't it? They're doing fine. And
Allenson comfortable and OABs seem to be struggling at the back.
Yes. Any changes for you, Big Noopy, at half time? That's the big question there. I will await your words. Nesta doing a lot of jumping. A lot of jumping in the first half. Okay to 60. Yeah, I think he would be. And there's Estebaranz going off injured. Left hand side replacements. There are none. There are no replacements for the left hand side that can come onto the pitch. So a midfielder will come on, and they're both defensive mids on there. So can anyone play left? Is anyone? Yeah, Redondo can play either side, so he
I say
will.
Redondo's probably the best option there.
Yeah, it's not quite working. Well, Smirty has come forward, had a chance there. Romario still surviving. I wonder what percentage he's going to end the game at if he does stay on the
66
pitch.
possibly.
68. Here's 60 minutes. Everybody's performing at 7 pluses, so that's good. And fitness-wise, Del Piero, the tiniest bit tired. Yakubu he started off at 93, so he's doing fine. Will there be any amendments to the side there? Tell me what you'd do, of course.
It's just been probably Yakubu might need a rest. That would be the only thing, but otherwise good to go, I would have said.
Yeah, it's all right, isn't it? And looking into the matches, I don't think we've looked at when the next games come up in this division, have we? They do come up in 4 days, but they're the cup matches. Batter on to 90. Batter them until 90 minutes is what you should have said. We're looking for a second goal, aren't we, for Allenson, who are on a real good run at the moment in terms of their upturn in effort and form. He's certainly coming on. There's 2 with Yakubu scoring that goal. He's got an assist. Del Piero got that assist for the goal. It's comfortable. It's 2-0. They've hit the bar as well. Yakubu's put one just over. They are peppering the opposition with shots now. Conticchio's still on a 7, so he's been an alright sub. Gascoigne takes a little bit of injury, but it's not serious. And Yakubu has also picked up a knock in a clash with somebody. 71 he ended up at, but they'll be fine. We want 7. Well, yeah, Larson got it, and Alex got it, and a few others. So yeah, well done, good. Just 52s for a couple of players there. They'll be suffering. 12 shots, 6 on target, and a good way to start the day with a win there for Big Noopy.
Yeah, well deserved home win. It was comfortable from the start, and say good performances. Hopefully for them, Aguinaga's not too badly injured, but with the cup game coming up, he'll be able to rest a few anyway.
Yeah, a potential foot injury. How did Romario make that? Well, make it to the end of the game. Loco Calaveras versus Trumpton. I need to check that I've actually done the Loco Calaveras team. That may be me not having set it up yet, so I will check. This could be the one where I thought, have I actually done it? So I'm going to look at. I think there are a few teams that haven't actually gone through today, and it's, if they haven't, it's me that hasn't done these. I've been, like I said, been running a bit short on time, so I'm going to set the teams up. If your team doesn't look right, I amend it straight away, so don't worry about this. Costanzo in goal, with Zeriberto and Zanetti at the sides there, with Walter Samuel and Sebastian Mendes. Riquelme plays alongside Simeone, and then we've got Amoroso, Denilson, Ronaldinho, and Jardel. And on the bench, Dida, Carlos Gamera, Arce, and Aymar for number 4, Estevez. It's who's next? Veron, that guy there, and Ronaldo. And captain for the side is Zanetti. There you go.
Certainly an attacking lineup. Veron, obviously not fully fit, was probably the only reason he wouldn't be in it. He's arguably one of the best attacking midfielders in the game. But no, attacking lineup from Los Calaveras. Once again, plenty of talent going forward. It's just whether or not Jardel can put the ball in the back of the net.
Can they put the ball in the back of the net? So he has been doing so this season. He's done 4 in 6 with the one sub appearance. He's actually done what I kind of would have thought he'd have done at times, and he never seemed to have done it on quite a few saves. So yeah, it's good to see that he has managed that. Trumpton are sorted for today, and that is genuinely their lineup.
Brilliant,
bafflingly brilliant, isn't it?
I wouldn't mind losing the league to Trumpton just because of things like this. It's just it's worth losing to a team like that. To be fair,
yeah, big kids quality with what he does in this, isn't it? He's never, never fails to amuse us as well with what he does here. I think it's quality.
No, it's going for it. We'll see how it goes. I mean, Los Calaveras got a lot of attacking players, but Trumpton just have that ability to just they score goal after goal after goal. So no, first time seeing that formation. I'm banking on another winner here for Trumpton, I think.
As Savage says, back to a proper formation for them. So yeah, it certainly is, and it's great to see. I do absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Here we go.
It's the sort of thing I think Marcelo Bielsa puts on a chalkboard at Leeds training grounds in real life, to be fair. It's almost, and people go like, what are you doing? But no, I'm going for a Trumpton win here. Plenty of goals, but a Trumpton
win. Plenty of goals and a Trumpton win. That sounds like, yeah, I mean, it would be great to see Trumpton get loads of goals. I don't know, I think Loco Calaveras are a bit strong for that formation. Let's see. Well, the game's underway, and immediately they are they're testing. No idea about result. No, it's one of those you just can't predict. And even if you test it, I bet it's different every time. Ronaldinho with an early chance there for Calaveras. The Crazy Skulls, of course. Their name. Danielson has had one ruled out for offside. He was offside himself, and it's still Ronaldinho now gets his goal, and 2-0 it is, and it was a goal from Amoroso. My squad numbers are totally submitted from what I can think of, so I am fully with that. I've sent quite a lot in, just in case. I'm one of those real geeks who likes to put squad numbers on all our players and doesn't like it when somebody's got it.
It's not geeky. It's possibly the most important part of the game is the squad numbers. So.
Well, that's all right then. If you're in agreement, then that's good. And then some other people will completely shoot us down for it. Whoa, Trumpton, what is going on for the formation? At least they're having chances. They're having offsides. 13 offsides in the first half. We'll go
a few efforts on target, but not enough to trouble them. But defensively, it's the real Jamie Carragher coming out there, I'm afraid.
With the real Jamie Carragher, please stand up. Yeah, I mean, if he's been given the runaround, he's absolutely spitting in this first half, isn't he? I mean, nobody's injured. Zidane started off at 92, so nobody's injured. Will there be changes? I know Big Kid's not afraid to make some changes. Everyone has to have a squad number no matter what. Yeah, but I don't like to random them. I don't like to random squad numbers. And I know some people don't mind at all. Just I say random, auto. Take it or leave it. Not bother if goalkeeper wears a 7. I mean, like what you call him, Patricio wearing 11, or was it what was the goalkeeper called? The Dutch one that wore number 5 and Pumpido for Argentina. Oh no, Dutch one wore number 8 and Pumpido for Argentina wore number 5. I think
it was like when Edgar Davids took the number 1 jersey at Barnet because he said he was going to start a new trend of midfielders wearing the number 1.
I am the best, so I'll have number 1 pretty much.
Yeah,
I'm the best player. I am number one at Barnet, so I'm going to be that. I mean, that was weird with him being manager there, but fair play to him. Forward runs on all bar the goalkeeper and the strikers. Uh, the subs are going to be made here, all because of Carl Hakimi. Yeah, it was. Yeah, Carl Hakimi had the number one shirt, didn't he? But with his illness, yeah, Patricio. And to be fair, the Wolves in general went for that, didn't they? So it was a very good gesture. I know Sar's got number one now, so must have made some changes there. Oh, I've done the wrong sub there. Anyway, Berghoff for Sadov, and yeah, if I actually do it the right way around, let's get it right. Berghoff for Sadov, and Heinrich for Carragher. There we forward runs on all by the goalkeeper. Lovely. Do local Calaveras need a sub at this point? No, they don't. They go to 60 minutes as usual. Loz's sub instructions are so easy to follow that it's just absolutely straightforward. He tells me what he wants at 60 minutes, and there is Jardel scoring to make it 3-0. And yeah, another goal for Jardel, another solid performance from him. He is certainly keeping it lively. I reckon he'll be substituted though. At this point, he has been substituted quite a few times. So we go to the subs. Ronaldo for Jardel. There it is. He's carrying a knock though. I think he's almost like he predicted that. And it says Estevez for Amoroso. And switch it over so that Ronaldinho goes onto the left. There we are. And Trumpton, of course. Why didn't I do that first? Because you're here, and I could have saved some time. For me, no subs unless injuries. That's the Wolfie way. And I know your sub instructions have almost always been the same, haven't they, Ross?
Yes, I am. Nothing if not consistent.
5 or less at half time and 6 or less at 60 minutes.
Yep.
Right, here's a question. I suppose I've posed it during the matches at times. Do you include centre backs in that?
Depends on the scoreline, but I didn't want to get too much thing. So if it's like 0-0 and someone's playing a 6, then probably not. If you're winning, I would just to rest them and get somebody on and things. But it sort of depends, because at 0-0, although they're playing the 6, if you check, they might have made X amount of tackles, X amount of headers, but just generally the game sometimes it doesn't matter how good a player plays, it will just give somebody a lower rating on
Particularly
it.
a Nesta.
Yeah, Nesta's a funny one because he's generally outstanding, but struggles to get his averages above 8. It's a strange one. Whereas you'll have somebody like Okoronkwo who is nowhere near as good, but always bangs in an 8 or a 9. But you're losing 3-1 and things like that. So difficult.
Crespo off for Beckham. Beckham going to play centre forward. Yeah, let's see what he can do. Yeah, it is. Sometimes the stats can be a little bit. Not going to use the word mystifying, but confusing. Confusing can be it. Ronaldo scores. It is 4-0, and Trumpton taking a bit of a battering. I did say I thought it might be a tricky game for them, but I wasn't somebody who's going to go, yeah, they're going to get destroyed. No.
Yeah, I thought they would have.
Danielson scored 2 disallowed goals.
Yeah, I thought there would be goals in it, but I thought Trumpton would offer more. Crespo's obviously been a huge disappointment. Somebody who's usually, deadly in this game as well. So yeah, maybe another different mad tactic from Trumpton next week, I think.
Yes, yeah, it's very rare that the tactics don't pay off. So when they don't, it's obviously a surprise, but at the same time, we know he'll bounce back and he'll perform. Ronaldinho, comfortable man of the match. That's a display of
it's a mauling.
Great play.
It's an absolute mauling. Yeah.
And Marcos has done well to keep the score down to 4. And of course, he could be in this squad. He could have easily fit into the Calaveras squad there. If you were wondering what's on in the background, the washing machine has come to join us again tonight. I forgot that I needed to wash my daughter's clothes for nursery tomorrow, so they're currently on the go. We got to Wolfie Trafford versus Steelhawks, and both managers are here in the chat tonight. So North Trafford, I have done the team. I have definitely done the team for today. So let's see what you reckon to those.
It's a pretty, the old sort of Christmas tree type Terry Venables formation. Plenty of running. It's Caru's a funny one up front again. Usually scores against you, but when you have him in your team, does nothing. Magni Hosted's one from old that you would always tend to sign if you were a mid or lower team. So he's a player that I have a lot of time for. So
yeah, and even in later FIFA games as well.
Really? No, that FIFA's a swear word, surely in Scotland. No, he's good players. Haaland is probably the one as defensive midfielder. I'm not sure because he's just one of those players that can play lots of positions but doesn't actually play any of them any good. So
yeah, I don't know about him on this game, and I think maybe I've got some kind of like he played for Leeds. I'm not that bothered by him kind of thing.
Yeah, I've a few City saves, and he was usually one of the first out the door. Reece is another one that he should be a left back. That he does again because of that midfield thing. He just hit or miss on it, but. No, I mean it's a fairly balanced team, and in there, along with Eric Bakker.
It is one that obviously Wolfie's playing with the squad he's been given. Yes, as Dadji started off the season and dedicated his time to studies and Wibob. So anyway, and the team. For these, I'm not sure. Have I done this team? That's my question now. I need to ask myself. Have I done David? I don't think I've done David's team as another one. There are a few. I know that I didn't get round to doing much, but I didn't want to be starting so late tonight, so I thought I'll just do on the go. It's definitely not being done, so that's fine. Right, we will sort that out now for you. It's in a 3-5-2 attacking formation. We set it up. And you can sort of see the stuff I get up to on here. Right, so has he set it up with this? So this is what he actually wants. Right, that's fine. So for a 3-5-2, but with 4 at the back. Okay. There's no specifics as to where the players are going to be. So I'm going to put one of those centre backs there. Move the full backs into those positions. We pull him back there. There's only one up front, so they'll go up there. He can go up there, and a striker can be there. Then we have a run over here. We have a run over here. We have the run here and the run here. And no runs off anybody else other than that run there. That will be what that is. Into the team instructions, which of course everyone can see on the save, so there's nothing to be precious about with these. He would not start Seaman when Khan is there. But, Big Nippy's commenting on my controversial comment about the old manager. It had to be said. So not Seaman in goal. The goalkeeper is Khan, and Kaladze is left back with Taram at right back, Nesta and Stam. Into midfield, Mendieta sits alongside Kieran Dyer, Abga, keep forgetting his name, Abgabarsum there, Ishizaki on the right hand side, with Palacios and Morat up front. On the bench, captain by the way is Taram, Seaman, Southgate, Cole, Beckham, Bowyer, Zubov, Shearer, captain Taram. Done. There you go.
Yeah, interesting. So they're all planning on running into Palacios at some point, and he's running away from them. So, not quite sure how Dyer will do running that way. Um, but yeah, it's a strange one with the runs, but pretty balanced in terms of where everybody's playing, so it'll be an interesting one.
Yeah, everyone's kind of in natural positions there. It's definitely got something about it. Last time round, they beat Mo 3-0 in the Cup. So that's why a lot of teams need a lot of changes this week because of the Cup games last time round. Predictions? Oh, he's back again. The referee's Knut Ola Mayberg.
I think that I'm going for a draw on this one, score draw.
If it was the other way, if Steelhawks were at home, would you be backing them to win?
If Shearer was playing, yes.
Ah, Shearer. Chris going 2-1 to Wolfenstein. So we'll see how they can get on in this one. I know. This is definitely Norsk 2-0, says Wolfie. There's definitely people back in Trafford. But Steelhawks, are they ahead in the table at the moment? They must be ahead in the table at the moment of the two sides. Ishizaki can't miss, but he did. Dyer put one in, but it's been disallowed. Chances coming in. A penalty. Oh, turned down. Khan took down someone. And even with the linesman consultation, it was turned down.
Controversial game so far.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of contentious decisions. And Morat it is who scores to put them 1-0 up. And Palacios makes it 2. Coming close to half time. This is, it's more comfortable for Steelhawks than maybe thought of at one point. Especially with the decisions that have gone the other way at half time. Yeah, I think Steelhawks look the better side. They've not necessarily been the better side on the attack, but
it's been fairly even. But Thomas Myra showing his true to life Rangers form today is throwing the ball in the back of the net at every opportunity by the looks of it.
Not bitter at all about him there, are you? So this penalty decision. So Bakker was fouled, the word fouled, in the penalty area going past Khan. That, well, shocking. Wolfie says, I mean 2-0 Hawks. There's Steelhawks team there. It's Palacios at 87. He was at 100 to start with, so he's got a potential knee injury. He's the only one with any suffering there. Morat the man with a plan. Morat the man with 6 goals now this season. I mean, that would be good unless you compare him to Nikiforenko and Van Nistelrooy, of course. I see the smile on your face there, Ross. And chances for substitutes here. We've got injuries to Berg, not to Hosat. Pedersen is just tired as well. So Berg looks like the player who could do with a bit of a switch over. Would you be likely to make changes if you were? I know Wolfie says no, but would you overrule him?
I'd be taking the goalie off just and throwing things at him as he was coming off, to be fair. A five from the goalkeepers, it's just not going to get any better. So if I was saying, I'd be taking the goalie off.
He wants to let them suffer.
But it is Thomas Myra, so yes, I agree in letting him suffer as much as possible.
Oh dear. I wonder what's been happening in the real world of football tonight. There were 6 goals in the 2 games in the Premier League tonight. Happy till the 60th minute. And one surprise result there in the Premier League tonight with the Chelsea Everton game. So here we are. Chances for a goal or a substitute. I'm watching the clock and the game at the same time. Will it flash? No, it won't. There we are. Honestly, I can't keep track on both at the time. 60 minutes. He says let them suffer, but just to let you know, you've got Berg on 77, Pedersen on 80, and Bakker now on 82 with a shin injury. And it's David Steelhawks who he will make the most of his time, I think. Kaladze and Stam on 6s. Release Mo after the match. Release him. I may, but you won't be able to bring in another goalkeeper, and you'll only have 2 for the rest of the season. Let's put it that way. If you do release him, Curtis Woodhouse
It's
was
when the board
released.
then stop. It's when the board stop you from doing it and then sack you for trying to do it.
I didn't realise it was Jared Branthwaite scoring the goal for Everton tonight against Chelsea. Cole for Kaladza. Unless that was a triple sub of Cole, Foe and Kaladza. That would be a great change. Can't be much worse. Is that the only change, David? I'll give it a few more seconds and then head on. If you come up with anything else, then I'll just do the old switcher at that point. Yeah, let's get kicking on, because I think we probably have had another message by that point. So, yeah, that's it. Thanks. Perfect. Look at that. It's almost like we knew exactly what had been said 40 seconds before it happens. It's a Steelhawks waiting till match of the day, or trying to. Well, I've only told you about one thing there. You don't actually know what the result was. You just know I used the word surprise result and a goal for Everton. But it could be anything, couldn't it? Could be 9-1 to Chelsea. Could be an Everton win. Could be a draw. Could be anything. 2-0 Steelhawks. And
Yeah, I
that
think
shows.
not much in the second half. I think there was more excitement from your washing machine there than there was actually in the game itself, mate. But North Trafford not really contributing much to the game. Comfortable for Steelhawks in the end, and proving me completely wrong with the Murat overshooter.
Yes, Morat was an assist and a goal. So, very good. Yeah, the washing machine really, he's on that spin cycle, savage indeed. It's very much enjoying itself. It's high octane action from the washing machine, but unfortunately, Murray improved to a 6 there. Not too bad for him.
And somehow Holland got man of the match.
9 tackles, 8-1, 3 key tackles, won all his headers. He's only made 1 interception, but and committed 2 fouls as well. And while we're into such action, such wonderful action from the washing machine, I think I have made both team lineups on this one today. Even though these players are unfit, they are actually ready for this game. So that's the Asna team for today. And I don't know if you've seen how well Bakajolo's been playing this season, but he's certainly looking fairly good as what has been a substitute.
Yeah, obviously his cup performance will probably have raised his morale a bit. He's a funny one in the game because I've never really found his best position in it. So maybe up front will be it. But yeah, he's after the cup performance, he'll be hoping that he can come in and actually do the business in the league.
Yeah, it was quite the half hour that he played in that match. Mr. Square is here today. Wonderful. Good night, big kid. Thanks a lot for coming anyway tonight, and we'll see you after Christmas for the next round of games. So Asna all ready for action. Last time in the cup it was a 3-0 win, and Bakajolo it was, who got 2 goals there. For Roundhay, their team has been picked, because a lot of the players who were in last time are not there now, and they're fully fit and looking better than their cup side was, of course.
Yeah, so another strong team from Roundhay, who again performed well last season, and their main 11 is pretty strong. So the random, Sean Dyche not making the team ahead of Southgate's a bit of a surprise, but there. But no, the Luis Enrique and Q will be good for midfield. Vieira there, and Crespo and Shevchenko. It's a strong front line.
Crespo with 5 goals, but 3 of them in the cup, and Shevchenko 6 league goals. That is a great little. I think Crespo and Bowyer up against it. Bowyer, it's not been the best Bowyer we've seen. This one has 20 for stamina, unlike the one at Tyneside, who appears to have 8. I think it's Tyneside that have got him anyway. One of the teams has a Bowyer with 8 stamina. Oh, it might be Steelhawks actually. Steelhawks. So, what do you reckon?
I fancy Ajax to nick this one by a goal. I'd probably say 2-1 to Arsenal's Ajax.
2-1. It would be, I think, based on recent form, Arsenal's Ajax probably are the slightly stronger team. All around here did get a big victory recently. Am I right in thinking they won 7-1? Did they win 7-1? Um, Against Imaginary Madrid. I'm not entirely sure I've got the right team that beat them, but yeah. That's maybe why Chris is going for 3-1 to Arsenal, though. It could be. It started off comfortable in terms of not very exciting. Round here starting to get into this game a little bit more. They're having a chance. That Kuhl's free kick didn't seem to lead to anything. The washing machine has finished. It's doing his 8 beeps to say goodbye now. I don't know why it does 8 beeps. Again. Who was it who beat you 7-1? Was it them? Or was it just me mentioning it again? Ronald De Boer has scored the opening goal 1-0, and I don't think it looked like Arsenal were particularly attacking too much in that stage. Nearly half time, and yeah, the game just seems to have gone the other way in the last 15 minutes. A chance maybe to. Nope, nothing else. Um, Ratings wise, they're pretty similar, and action wise, it is actually a very even game.
Yeah, not much in it to do. Just Ronnie De Boer, obviously with the finish on it, but as I thought, a wee bit tight, but that just a bit more quality that Ajax have got in the middle of the park, proven to be the difference so far.
I would say so. What's this heading thing all about? Yeah, um, I know that Mr. Square is in the chat. So 82% is down 10 from when he came on, so that's not too bad. Yeah, they're losing almost all their headers, especially Clivert and De Boer. They've been a bit of a letdown. Kennedy in the hole behind Clivert. So we'll go for that. Do you want an arrow on him? Just let us know if you want an arrow, and I'll pop that on for you. For round here, they're usually a 60-minute change kind of thing. Patrick Vieira's been winning all the headers, and Hollaback as well. I don't know quite why the ball's been played over on that right hand side too much. Jim, let's keep going. Oh yeah, Jim. Did you arrive by saying good night, Mr. Kidd, or did you actually come in before? Because good evening. I actually completely was oblivious to the fact you were in the chat tonight, so apologies if I haven't referenced you there. The magic forward arrow, yes. Jim, to keep going till 60. Yeah, dominant in the air, but 1-0 down. Let's see how we can get on for this second half. Vieira's taking a yellow card. Is that going to be costly, you reckon?
We've not seen many
Ooh.
sendings off actually this season, but it's Lee Bowyer cursing Ajax with the equaliser.
Yeah, I mean it was so costly it gave them a goal. Been here a while, ghosting you. Yeah, most people prefer to do that, to be honest. They just feel a little bit like they're obliged to talk to me to make me feel a little bit less sad. It's I don't know. Roundhay now with that goal look a bit more into it. I mean, you suggested Dyche for Southgate earlier on beforehand. He's the one player
It's
who's not been performing.
Yeah, just the lesser of two evils, I think, on that one.
We go over to Asner. De Boer, yeah, he's suffering a bit. Cliver is I don't know if he was tired before the game, but he's 94. He's coming off, and he's coming off for Canu. Lots of sixes. Seems like the game is turning a little bit. And will these subs make a difference? So Ole for Bowyer. There he is, coming on for Bowyer, and switching with Kuhl. There we are. I'll just give a few seconds for managers to say if they want anything else or whether they're done. Are you going to say he's going to be a winner?
I still fancy Ajax to nick it. I said 2-1 at the start. I still think
Still
they're there, although Roundhay have performed far better in the second half. So,
but it just takes. I mean, to be honest, Roundhay were performing better in the first half, weren't they? Before the Arsenal goal.
See if Mike Duff gets his customary last-minute winner or assist for Roundhay.
Let's see if Jim wants anything else, and then we can get started. Mr. Square's ready. Let's give it about 10 seconds and we'll power on. I didn't realise I'd left quite so many teams without being done. I can tell that Falaraki and what's the name as well have not been done. Tyneside. I know that I haven't done those two teams this time because the messages haven't even been read. It's pretty terrible of it. They're still not even read. I knew that I'd not done some of the teams yesterday, but I didn't realise it was quite so many. And then with a long day at work, been taking the school to what I would describe as the rudest pantomime I've ever seen, and we went with primary school. It was good. It was good. Alexandra Burke was in it, but apart from that, it was so rude, funny but rude, and especially when some of the jokes did not go straight over the kids' heads. 1-1 it was at the end, and round here for all their shooting, just couldn't find that second goal.
Yeah, I think Ajax will probably be the happier of the two, given the second half round. He probably should have got the win there, but it was always going to be a tight one. But as I say, I think Roundhay should have probably edged it. So Ajax, it's a good point for them.
Yeah, it seems that maybe Bakajolu's role is super sub rather than starter. He can turn a game.
Yeah, especially against non-league cup games where the people don't exist. That's obviously his speciality.
Does very well against the non-existence. Let's have a little look at this. Take the draw. Should have left it 2 up front. Falaraki versus Really. So, Really, he said to leave it the same, but I couldn't leave it the same because Huppy is suspended. So there'll be no subs for Really tonight. Bischan's the only centre back who can fill in because I don't take players off the bench to move into the starting lineups. So he's the only one who can come in, and there we are. So that's the team. Bischan is playing the centre back in amongst these three. Does that concern you in any way?
Yeah, it's a formation that I just don't. It's not for me anyway. With the centre backs playing wide and coming in, does have Veron, but Giggs for me is a winger. Not doesn't work best there. But Bischan's one of the better defensive midfielders in the game. So it'll be interesting to see how he does on his own at centre half. Watching Georg and Ferdinand running in the wrong direction.
Well, when they're under attack, they're going out to fullback.
Yeah,
it's been working weirdly. It's been working for them. I mean, the cup game we take absolutely nothing from it really, but we go to the league game against Allenson. Did they play the formation then? Yeah, they used it then. And did they use it against you? No.
Yeah. No.
Worried about your team. That's what I'd probably say to that one. So no subs for Really tonight. Falaraki, the team is definitely not done, and I know that. So Champinio will pop onto here. His team, the formation does change. We see 2 up front. So we put the 2 up front. We have one in centre mid. The runs there are sorted, so that's just a case of changing the first team round. That Ian Walker's still on the bench, so Seaman doesn't need to bring him back in. Flowers in goal with Campbell, Southgate and Adams. Then Phil Neville, who of course isn't central, but he's good on this, isn't he, in this position. So where's he gone? There he is. Just couldn't find him. And Paul Mintz, and then Barmby, Steve Stone getting in the team again. Gascoigne, Ferdinand and Shearer, with subs of Fowler, Sheringham, Smasher Redknapp, Dennis Wise, Jason Wilcox, who played pretty well, a 10 in his last match there. Wonderful stuff. Gary Neville, I don't think I've ever signed Jason Wilcox, and Ian Walker, but that's where this team of English players, of course, there, Ross. I mean, you must hate them.
Not at all, because you've got Gascoigne in there, so who could
Hey.
possibly hate him there as well? No, it's I think on the if we were playing sort of Championship Manager 2, this would probably be the strongest team in the game. But there's a few of them that are sort of beyond their best when it comes to this. But formation-wise, I don't hate that one. It's quite compact, works well. Steve Stone's excellent in this game. Actually, he's just one of those random players that just performs really, really,
Yeah,
really
just
well.
no pace, is it? It's no pace at all, but he's
No,
he's got some stuff that's good about him.
yeah, he's a goal scorer. Gascoigne in this one can be brilliant or not. You've got one with reasonable stamina for it as well. So, but no, and obviously Ferdinand and Shearer both capable of scoring goals still. So, no, it's a team that can win, but again, it's the old Southgate at the back. He's, as I say, one of the poorest performers I think
Oh,
in the game.
he's gone ghosted. It's a ghost game that we played last tonight. Look at that. After all that build up there, we've done the build up at least for it. It goes to a ghost game, and because I was thinking we can't have 3 teams involved here. Tyneside. So Tyneside, he said just the one change. Solano is injured, so swap him with Robert. I assume you don't want Solano in the first team there, Dan. So um, I'll allow you to nominate a sub soon as you're here, and I know you haven't been well. So who would you like to put on the bench? You have at least been in touch with me today, this week, not today, this week about stuff, and said that you haven't been well. So I'll allow you to make this extra. Who do you want on the bench as a freebie there? Smash Owen on the bench. Well, I don't think I want to smash him at all, but I'll put him into your team for you. There we are. So yeah, big runs.
It is, but Dyer works well there. So does Babayaro. It's a formation that does pretty well in the game. It's a fairly solid team. Gary Speeds, again, despite his age, is pretty quality in this usually. So he's one that you can buy, and he plays till he's 36, 37. So no, it's a pretty solid team, and formation wise works well for them.
Yeah, I think it should. It should particularly work fairly well. I am just going to in fact, we'll kick off the game, and we can go to you on commentary. I'll do is with Alf's team. That's what he's picked there. It has been picked for today. That's what it's like, and I'm going to go to the first half. I'm going to leave you on commentary because I've just got to go and deliver something upstairs. So, look at the look on your face.
the pressure on the co-commentator is far too much here.
I will be back very soon.
So, unfortunately, you all have to listen to my voice. I'm doing Ali McCoy disservice as a Scottish commentator here. Good start by Team GB. Barry Ferguson picking up an early booking. Speeding early. Oh, and we have the opener, and it's Paul Scholes for Team GB. Quieting down a bit, not much happening towards the end of the half. Neville clearing. Oh, you can't knock Souness. I can't have that. At least he would stand a chance in a fight with Roy Keane. And half-time, 1-0 Team GB, probably deserved, looked to have the better of it. Can't check the match stats because obviously I can't. But yeah, so far so good for Team GB. After me bigging up Gary Speed, I've completely jinxed him, so apologies about that, Daniel, because he's obviously having a shocker in the first half. Yep, absolutely, commentator's curse. I'm Scottish, so it has to be fried, James.
Oh, I was expecting to hear you then. What's your favourite fish?
That's how interesting it was getting. That's what the guys have resorted to.
What was the first half like? I mean, it looks like Team GB have been the better side.
Yeah, Team GB were comfortable, and after me bigging up Gary Speed, he's had an absolute shocker still. But Paul Scholes with the strike, and yeah, Team GB well in control.
Yes, yeah, apart from in the air, but I mean, I don't think that really matters. Quick look there. Woodgate 86%. He's got 12 stamina, so yeah, he started off at 94 as well. Few tired players. Speed, yeah, Speed not doing so well. Battered Fish is your favourite, and that battered is what's been happening to Tyneside at the moment. Alf's not in the chat tonight. Has he got any sub instructions for me? Usually, to be honest, with Alf, I could, if he's not here, I can just make his subs if I think I need to.
Usually, he's tested the game about 17 times and has many different permutations for depending on the results.
Yeah, he's tested him against Roma at least. So we'll have to see how they're going to. I think they'll be going subless at this point. Gentleman has been knowing for about at 60. Right, okay, so we just go into 60 minutes here. I hope it wasn't Gentleman for speed now, but I assume he usually makes 60-minute subs, so let's hope that Dan's instruction will fine there. We'll go to them first, but we will check and see if anything needs overruling potentially. Free kick to Team GB on the edge of the box, so whatever happens here sub-wise could go to waste. So speed is coming off for Ginola. And what was the other change again? It's Owen for Robert. Babiaro, he'll be tired from those runs, but so that's it there. Fine. And Team GB, Joe Cole on 85, he's not injured. Kieran Dyer on 83 is injured. I mean, I'd be inclined to make 2 subs here. That Dyer would come off for
Beckham.
Yeah, Beckham is fine there. And then the other change I would be making, knowing what Alf tends to do, is he'd take off his danger yellow of Barry Ferguson. Because of his yellow, he does take off players on yellow. He talks about them. Would you? I know you don't. You would never bring Neil Lennon onto the pitch, would you?
No, I mean, he wouldn't be on the bench for me, but I wouldn't play him there anyway. I'd be looking at McManaman, or if you were bringing Lennon on, I'd push Gerrard into the middle.
I mean, would you put Joe Cole there and McManaman out wide?
I think Cole, for me, Cole works better centrally anyway than out wide, so it would be the option, and then you could put McManaman out in the wing.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And Dan wants the change there of 2 up front. That's Ralph's team again. That's not going to work, is it? So Shearer and Owen. There we are. 2 up front, indeed. There we go. It's rare for Alf not to be on. I think he's probably a bit overfaced with all the AFCON as well. And Team GB have equalised. Michael Owen scores, and then that guy scores. That Welsh guy, and Bowyer's gone off injured. Wow, that's been a hectic 5 minutes, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And the word thanks that's just arrived now for us, I assume that was the thanks for putting 2 up front, not thanks for getting Lee Bowyer injured. Rob Lee, are we going to see Rob Lee for the first time, or are we going to see Stephen Carr with Kieran Dyer going central? I don't know, Barton maybe. I don't know, there's choices.
Or Viduka and going 3 up front.
Yeah, Viduka in centre mid, see how he gets on. Rob Lee has played 2 games this season. He actually he started 2 matches and played reasonably well. So let's do that. The captain has gone. It will be assigned to, I mean, no surprises who that's gone to, of course. Well, as long as was it Shearer? When I said no surprises, it doesn't change the captain on there, does it? Once they've started and gone off, it hasn't changed on the screen. 15 minutes to go, 10 minutes to go. The game went a bit quiet after such an amazing 5 minutes. And obviously with me missing the first half as well, this game feels like it's absolutely flown by. But yeah, I just need to supply the life with
Oh,
hydration. A late chance there, wasn't it? Kieran Dyer on a 9, man of the match, but on the losing team, Tyneside, a little just there's too many players not getting going for them this season, isn't it? And Alf guides his team to another victory, despite the game looking much more even.
yeah. Chances wise, Tyneside probably then had the better of it. Got the equaliser, but to lose a goal straight after that, and then I think the injury to Bowyer sort of knocked the wind. So although
Yeah,
Rob Lee did come on and perform well.
yeah, again, and maybe he'll be if Bowyer is out, that Lee could be the player to come in and do a job. But yeah, they cannot get a break. You're absolutely right, Dan. The team with the 5 Newcastle players tend to be a little bit better. The Losarakas side, but Tyneside much more true to Tyneside. Obviously, without Okoronkwo and Coco, that you're looking at trying to sneak into your squad. They visited Newcastle once, or they once were Newcastle on Champ Manager themselves, or whatever it was. Anyway, yeah.
Watched the episode of the Geordie Shore or something.
Did people do that?
Allegedly.
I know I didn't. We are not going to that game, or we have to go to that game. We have to go to your game next. There are 2 games left. Imaginary Madrid. I have done the team. I have done the team tonight. Yes, that is all good there. Drop the 3 at the back. It's not working. It works for quite a lot of teams though, such as mine. Mine are riding high up there in second in Division 2 this season. The first team with silverware this season. Anyway, Imaginary Madrid, your opponents, they're looking all right. They've had an interesting start since Chris has come in. I mean, Chris probably doesn't really want us to show this, of course, but can he mean 7-1 by round? Hey, but 2 wins recently. Vålerenga, the hardest of the non-league sides I say non-league, the lower league sides to overcome, and a win over Allenson. And before that, a draw with Faliraki and a close result with Trumpton. It's been an all right run considering they've played some very hard teams.
Yeah, I mean it's an attacking formation, so he's definitely going for it. It will be tricky. I think I always genuinely struggle against teams who have the wing backs and 3 up front. So because I tend not to play with defensive midfielders. So no, it's genuinely. I know he's in 13th and first, but this could go either way. It really depends on what Kudicini turns up for him, because again, he's a goalie in this game that can be either brilliant or you just want he does a Thomas Myra on you basically.
28 goals conceded in 10 games. Yeah, that is definitely an homage or an homage or whatever you want to say to the goalkeeper you just mentioned. Then Czech though isn't. I mean, he's played well this season, but I would never sign Czech.
No,
I don't trust
this
the
was
agility
before.
there.
Yeah, this was before anyone realised he would actually be a good goalkeeper. So.
Yes, very much so. What we 2 seasons before he moved to Chelsea, isn't it? That this is, so he's been shocking. Yes, he has been shocking. But Chris, you are doing the best with a squad that isn't yours, so that's always a good thing. And then over to your own side, Ross, and we are looking really at a very, very strong lineup. And again, as we refer back to Nikiforenko, their 11 goal contributions in 10 games. Take care, Dan. Take care. All the best. Hope you are well.
Yeah,
soon.
night, Dan.
And Van Nistelrooy with 18 times that he's been involved in goals as well. 11 goals this season already. It's very, very strong. And so you didn't change much from last season. And why should you?
No, they brought in another striker because I really only had Brozek, Elbert, and Van Nistelrooy, and then Van Nistelrooy got injured last season, so that pretty much for the whole season. Just a couple of tweaks, but generally it's pretty much a who's who of who you'd want or who I'd want to buy in the game. There, Nicky Franco has performed way better. And this version of Van Nistelrooy is the best I've ever had in my own team as well. So no, it's been a good start. But like I say, the game itself has funny ways of deciding that it doesn't matter how good a start you're going to have, you're going to lose ridiculous games. I say the formation he's got, this could trouble me with the three up front and the wide players, because generally, obviously, my fullbacks pushing on. It'll be an interesting one. When I've trialled it a couple of times, I've done it twice, and it was both games were draws. So,
ooh, yeah, I would have been going for a win for your side before this is again everyone's favourite picture, isn't it? This one in the background there with so many expressions. You know, I mean, this guy reminds me of that Swiss guy from the Euros. He's got the same kind of face expression going on. This guy, he looks like the old head teacher that I used to work with when I went to secondary school. It looks a lot like him, to be honest. It won't be him because he's not from Morecambe or wherever this team is. But yeah, it's just a lot of faces now. And that person there looks very sad. Too many expressions. He's very happy for him to be so sad. And then that guy there is putting his finger in his mouth. So is that Taribo West in the crowd? You can't work out what's going on. There's so much to enjoy. This guy's got a black eye. Anyway, just there's so much to enjoy. So much to enjoy. It is my favourite picture. And that guy there with holding the flagpole, lovely.
Yeah, it's the guy off to the right who is shouting at a different side of the pitch as well. So everyone's looking one way, and he's clearly seen something that the linesman's up to, or is just shouting abuse at the subs warming up.
Yeah, he's looking the same way as this guy. Too much to enjoy. Too much. I mean, that lovely hat. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I might make it the background on my computer at work. I think it'd be great.
And often put in the mantelpiece.
Chris said he got hammered 3-0. It actually prints it out. Got hammered 3-0 at half time. It finished 3-2. Are you saying how many your team's going to win by?
I think it will still be close. I think there's goals in Madrid, and this is going to be down to what the goalies. To be honest with you, I'd put myself favourite because I'm at home, but I think there'll just be one goal in it.
One goal in it. I like the way it says we've got 2 viewers. We've clearly got at least 3. There's when it comes towards the end of some rounds, obviously some people have played their games and they go, Nicky Franco scoring his 10th goal of the season. What a player he has been. Of course, with the Walter Samuel from 20 yards for 2-0. Yeah, I don't think you can quite believe the start your team's been having here. But there's Yordi for 2-1. Oh, this is a great game. It's an attacking game.
There was always going to be goals in it. Cudicini having this sort of poor game again.
Oh, Crespo making it
Crespo.
3. Not many chances at all have not gone in this match, and it's looking. Well, it's almost a 5th goal, and yeah, just saying that Van Nistelrooy and Nicky Franco are both set to be joining Leddersford in the Super League for this season, so it will be great to see. Nicky Franco's deal has gone through, every shot on target, and hopefully Van Nistelrooy's deal will be going through. I don't know if it's confirmed or not, because I haven't been looking at messages recently, but I do hope it has been confirmed tonight. Big deals. The team performance is great, and again, what's wrong with Nesta's performance? But he's on a 6.
Yeah, it's just one of those. It's whether he's meant to be marking Yordi, but he just doesn't seem to, for whatever reason, just doesn't seem to perform. Whereas I know Samuel's got the goal, but generally Nesta is better than him. But no, I'll take that at half time. One thing this season we've been is clinical with the chances we've taken.
Yes.
So,
and Chris, for his team, he'll be obviously looking at some changes here. Barry Ferguson has a potential foot injury. He's got 4 goals and 4 assists this season, which is pretty good.
He's
Yeah,
he's really really good in the game, to be honest. Obviously, being slightly biased with that one, but he always, in any sort of save and things like that, I've usually picked him up in a Bosman in year 2 or 3, and he always does well, no matter what the level, Barry. So
yeah,
I can understand why he's the main man in the middle of the park.
yeah. One of the better players in the game, I would say, from what I've seen. I've not signed him many times, but I do know obviously there's a lot of love for him in the community. Kesman for Smith. There we are. Alan Smith coming onto the pitch. Smith this season has 4 goals. I mean, I don't know. I'd probably be starting him myself. Whereas Kesman, he's got 5 goals. I didn't realise he got such a decent return, to be honest. And Ferguson coming off for Lampard to protect him, I guess, with things going forward. Super goals. Coming onto the pitch. He played well last time out in the cup. Yeah, 10. And Ferguson this season has been playing pretty well. So, yeah, the performances are still there for the team, although maybe not just in this game. Cudicini has done well to survive with the 2 subs at half time. It's Mortis Robin makes it 4, and they talk about Cudicini, and are they in for 7 again?
It would be
Cudicini
harsh
makes
on
the
them.
same. It would be
Harsh.
very harsh on the team. It's one player who's causing the downfall here. A corner is to be taken. And just we'll go. I mean, John Terry's on. I mean, they probably deserve to be losing, to be honest, with this guy in the team. Yeah. So, goalkeeper who doesn't perform in the game. Not a very nice person. Very greedy man, but at least he's getting the rating for this game. It's an absolute insult that he's being paid £5,000 a week, isn't it? It's an insult to him.
Norwegian standards, though, it's pretty good, to be fair. I think there's a few in mine that are only on 1,700 a week. So
check on for John Terry. Yeah, that's good. Check on for the third and final sub. Dalgety. By your own rules, you'd be making no subs here, but are you thinking of mixing it up?
unless Emerson's got a knock.
I'll check Agahawa for you as well. Yeah, Emerson's got a potential foot injury, and Agahawa a thigh.
Yeah, so it would be Emerson for Barry Ferguson, and I'd probably bring on Totti for Agahawa.
Yeah, the quality of the changes. Lampard for Barry Ferguson on one team, and bringing on Totti for the other team. Then there's a difference, isn't there, at this point? But 4-1, comfortable. The corner came to nothing. Smith trying to make something of it down the other end, and again the ball coming forward. Did Czech make a save, or did it get blocked? Either way, they've survived a little bit longer. Without
He's made a couple of saves, Czech. Certainly performed a lot better than Carbo.
He's doing a job.
Oh dear.
Oh yes, Yordi there. We'll just go for the two up front. At this point, I'll put them back there to. 4-1 it is, and it's 4-2 as Smith pulls one back. The last game is going to have to be played at a reasonable pace. It's 5 with Nicky Ferenko. Yeah, the last match is going to have to be played at a bit of a pace. 6-2, jeez, what a match. Plenty of goals. 3 tens there. That's an assist for Van Nistelrooy and Crespo, and 2 goals for Nicky Ferenko. Wow. That's very, very strong. Very, very strong, and sad news that Yordi died at that point. So you must be happy with that.
Yeah, it's a wee bit unfair on the opposition, because they say their goalie just Cudicini, he didn't stand a chance, to be honest with you.
Always entertaining. Yes, I do have to play last game at a bit of a pace. I do have to go and. The wife feeling a bit ill tonight again. She's all right. We just there's a baby on the way, so she's It's just struggling
Yeah,
a bit.
she's allowed a complaint or two there.
Exactly. Look at this game. It's 1-1 already at this point, and it's been entertaining. But I am going to have to play at a fair rate of knots and just get to the tables and things, just to make sure that everything is done well. 45
Night, Chris.
minutes. Yeah, it's been. Oh, Chris. Yes. Good night, Chris. Thank you very much for being on today. I'm just trying to find Falaraki's substitutes while I'm on here. 60 minutes anyway. Just a quick check of the first half. Really having more chances. Falaraki being more efficient with their shooting. How would you say they're going so far? It's not so bad.
Falaraki performing better, but I think really having a problem with Bushkan playing centre half. I think he's out struggling out of position.
Yeah, hugely struggling in that position there, and we will see. And they'll be making no changes either through this match, so we just go straight to Falaraki into the second half for the 60-minute substitute instructions. They are there's a sub that's guaranteed, and an if not winning change is going to happen here, and I'm to manage. Well, Graham Symington's to manage any injuries. 60 minutes, so we pop to these, and yeah, Tony Adams looks like, is he carrying a knot? Yeah, he's got to be. So I think he'll be coming off. Paul Ince looks like he may be as well. So do we overrule the other things here? So Redknapp for Gascoigne, but Gascoigne's at 83. Ince just started lower. So yeah, Redknapp for Gascoigne will happen.
And it needs to be Neville for Adams, I think.
I think it might need to be that as well. Yeah, he's got to come on. Neville's in the right position there. And if not winning, bring on Fowler for the worst performing striker. They're both on 7s. And Shearer's at least had a shot on target, so Ferdinand has to come off. That will be... It's a triple change for these.
And this is where they now get an injury.
Yes, it really won't it? What are we going to see? We see some changes, some things.
Yep.
There we go. Redknapp has gone. He smashed it. I think
you just carry on as is.
Dropping Fowler there, maybe, just to at least back something up a bit. I think to avoid them losing the game, but otherwise there's nothing else that can be done. I can't say I've managed the substitutes the best in the world today with with managing the injury and then another injury appearing. But that's Steve Stone.
Steve Stone again.
Managed to perfection these substitutes. Absolutely managed. Fowler so close to scoring.
Fowler should have finished it.
A late chance. Tim Flowers lets it run, and there's Patrick Vieira he's having injury time or just a 90th minute done.
Giggs has done it.
3-2 to Really. What a change! What a turnaround! Wow.
Falaraki must have thought they'd won it.
Oh dear. Yeah, really pounded on the shots in the second half, though, didn't they? Steve Stone, 2 goals for Steve Stone. You did say you like Steve Stone, and
he always performs well, but no, that I think the going down to 10 men for the last half an hour, considering how low they were in terms of condition already, probably cost them in the end.
I would say so. Just a very quick look at the table there. You're 7 points clear now as it stands. I will save this quickly, and a huge thank you to you tonight, Ross, for coming along. It's been great to finally meet you, and your commentary has been superb as well. So thank you very much for that.
No worries. Thanks for the time, and you get off to the ill wife upstairs.
Thank you very much. This is the last game of... I don't know if it's the last game of 2021 for Division 1, but it's the last game before Christmas, so Merry Christmas to everybody, and we will see you again soon. Good night.
Have a good one, guys. All the best.